Hey everybody, Chris Eden Green here. I'm just doing this to give everyone an update on what's going on and potentially to see what's going to happen going forward. Now, recently it came to my attention that my channel passed 20,000 subscribers. Come to think of it, it's just gone past 21,000 at the time of recording this. I don't know how that happened. Now, I tend not to do subscriber specials like this because from what I've learned from being on YouTube down the years, just because you've reached a certain sub count, it doesn't necessarily make you infallible, you know. That sub count can drop at any time, and to be honest, I've come to learn to expect that sub count to drop at any time. More to the point, you can have like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subs, and YouTube can still get rid of you just like that at any given time without an explanation. So, you know, I haven't wanted to count my chickens for any obvious reasons. With that being said, I would just like to take this opportunity to update you on a couple of things. First of all, to anyone who has liked, subscribed, discussed, shared and supported my work down the years, thank you very much. Honestly, it's been really sweet of you to come along and join me for the ride despite having a few hurdles. I know I haven't always been the best person or made the best content out there, but the fact that anyone wants to stick around at all has just been, it just humbles me. It really humbles me. So thank you very much. Now, no doubt some of you may have wanted to know what's been happening earlier this year, why I haven't been producing as much content this year as I have in previous years. The thing is that the start of this year has been a bit of a burnout for me. Shortly after I came back from America, I fell ill, quite seriously ill. I've gone into more detail about it in my USA diary that I released on ebook recently, but the long and short of it is I was diagnosed with a benign tumour buried deep within my spine. It wasn't cancerous, but if it stayed there, then it could have led to some potentially fatal complications. So I had surgery on my spine, I had it removed, and I feel a lot better since. Since the surgery, I've tried to get back up to speed with producing content for YouTube with a video a week or every couple of weeks or so, but the burnout has been real. It's been difficult, to say the least. Coupled with the fact that the cost of living has obviously shot through the roof since the end of last year, so it's just been difficult all round, you know. Now, some of you may no doubt be advising, well, why don't you just give yourself a break and come back to it when you're fully refreshed? The trouble there is, I can't really afford to take a break. I can't really afford to give myself a few weeks off and then come back. I have to keep working in order to produce more content and get more money coming in. It's just difficult that throughout most of January and February I was literally held up from doing anything. So in terms of new episodes of Gauge the Issue or Paint Your Engine or, you know, anything that people would like to see going forward, I'm going to keep trying to produce more content for YouTube, but the burnout has been real. So that leads me on to the next update. I'm thinking of overhauling my Patreon page. Now, I know I said years ago that Patreon wasn't for me. I didn't think it was a viable alternative for compared to YouTube, but things have obviously changed, and I'm more than willing to concede that I was wrong. YouTube's ad revenue hasn't really improved in the last few years, and paid sponsorships don't really provide that much. So obviously I've got to find other avenues of making ends meet. Now, I could produce more tiers and perks myself, but I would rather give any potential patrons the chance to tell me what they would like to see from me. So if you'd like to see more than just naming the credits, you know, if you'd like to see early access or exclusive content or outtakes or you know, just stuff that you would potentially like to pay to see, then feel free to share that in the comments below, but please be genuine about it. You know, I appreciate that some people would, you know, be, willing to give, but then unable to. But it would help me to gauge who can give what and what they would like to see, rather than me sort of predicting what people would like to see. So, yeah, if you'd like to be a patron at all, but you'd like things in return, and you'd like to tell me what you'd like in return, then please feel free to leave your ideas and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll take them into consideration. With all that being said, what else can you expect from me in the future? Well, some of you may have seen rumours circulating on Facebook that we were covering IMLEC again this year, and I can confirm that that is the case. The 2023 International Model Locomotive Efficiency Competition took place over July the 7th and 9th, and I was down there filming it with lots of people. I'd like to give a special shout out to Alex at Online Models Limited, to Dan at SatNav Dan, and Lewis of ITH Productions for helping me film over that weekend. All being well, the completed coverage will be out in September, but I'm afraid to say it's probably unlikely going to be on YouTube. The reason being that, yes, the 2021 IMLEC competition was on YouTube and it did very well in terms of views, but it didn't do great in terms of ad revenue. It actually barely made back any of my expenses. So to those who would mourn the loss of free content on YouTube, I'm afraid to say it will be on DVD and digital download. Sorry, I know that some people are going to be disappointed with that, but like I say, cost of living's gone up, costs have gone up. My hands are pretty much tied. I've got to find ways of making ends meet, otherwise I just can't afford to do it anymore. As for Steam Locos in profile, you know, that other thing that people know me for, which I can't understand why, it's still in production. I'm still producing more episodes. I'm still working on them. The next one, Volume 6, will be out later this year, hopefully in the last quarter, just before Christmas, and there will be a bonus film on it, and I can confirm that said bonus film will be on the fleet of engines on the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch Railway in Kent. Now again, this will be a paid-only release on DVD and digital download. I'm just saying that now so that people don't get confused later on down the line, and hopefully it'll be out in time for Christmas. After that, more episodes will be coming out next year. There's a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of things in the works. As for which one's going to be next, we will just have to wait and see. In the short term, or this weekend at least, I'm going to be at the Heritage Boiler Steam Services Limited Open Day on July the 15th. These guys are one of the few specialist boilersmiths left in the United Kingdom. Their recent credits include work on the boiler from the Great Eastern Railway N7 from Chapel and Wakes Colne, and perhaps their most famous one to date, work on the new Patriot boiler for the Unknown Warrior. So if you happen to not have anything to do on July the 15th and you'd like to come along and support them, please do, because this is their first open day. It would be great if they can make this a regular thing. I'll be there holding a trade stand, and if you have any gaps in your DVD collection, then feel free to bring money. But if you have them all already, then at least feel free to consider coming along and supporting the event. And if you happen to see me there, then don't hesitate to say hello. I'm also going to be at the Foxfield Railway on Sunday, July the 16th for their Notty 100 weekend. Again, not for me, but for the sake of the railway, please do feel free to come along and support the event if you've got nothing else to do. So, yeah, I guess there's nothing else I can say at this point other than take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you later. Don't ever stop being awesome.